As a print-on-demand seller, one of the best tools you can develop is learning how to make good designs very fast. Now, you could be the best designer in the world, but if you are spending hours and hours getting new designs up, that's going to be really hard to scale your business because one of the most important things is to make sure you have a high enough volume and catalog of products in your print-on-demand shops. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make 10 designs very fast in under 10 minutes. And Kittle has kindly sponsored today's video, so I'm not going to waste any more time and we're just going to head right over to their platform and I'm going to show you one of my best strategies to get more designs out very, very fast so you can actually scale and make real income in print on demand. Now, I am over on Kittle's platform, and if you've never used Kittle before, they are an all-in-one kind of print on demand tool for making products and designs. Now, there are tons of things you can do, but one of the tools that I used all the time is their templates. So for pretty much any print-on-demand product you're selling, they are going to have pre-made templates that you can kind of just make a few tweaks and changes and use them for any of your uploads. So in order to make these 10 designs in just about 10 minutes, we are going to be utilizing a lot of their templates, but I'm going to show you how you really can change these and make them your own and sell in a bunch of different niches. Now, today I wanted to focus on careers. If you've been around my channel before, you've probably heard me talk about that careers can be one of the most lucrative niches that you can sell on as a print-on-demand seller, because what people do, they are very passionate about, and that is something we want to tap into as a product. So I'm going to be making these 10 designs based off of selling to a dentist. Now, another thing I always am talking about is sometimes some niches are just way too saturated. So the dentistry niche might just be a little bit hard for us to compete in if we're just making very generic dentist designs. But if we can ever find something to cross that with to make it a little bit more hyper specific, that is going to be the golden ticket. That is where the money is where you can really niche down and give someone something that they might not necessarily be able to find at a big box store. So all of our designs are going to be for a dentist, but each one of the products that I'm making today is going to have a little bit more of a specific sub niche that's going to really help us stand out and actually make sales. Now, if you want an even more in-depth tutorial of how I go about this whole research process and figure out how to do this whole cross nation thing, I have a full free workshop for you guys linked down below in the description. You can sign up below there and I'll send all the details to your inbox of how to watch that tutorial and get all the resources there for free. Now, for our first dentist design, I really want to tap into one of the niches that is still very popular, even kind of a couple of years after it first started popping up on Etsy, and that is kind of the groovy, wavy font aesthetic. So I am going to make a design for a dentist in that groovy niche. So all I'm going to do when I come to Kittle is I want to find a template that is going to really fit with the niche that I'm targeting. So I'm going to look up something just like groovy. So let's search groovy here and find a design that we could utilize. Now, I think I might want to say something like groovy dentist or one groovy dentist. So let's see. I'm actually really liking this one with the daisies on it. So let's just make a couple tweaks and we're going to have a design ready to go here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the text to say groovy dentist, and then I'm just going to repeat that process with all of these here. So one by one, I'm just changing out these colors, and the text, since it was already formatted in this template, we're not going to have to redo any of this warping here. We're just going to make a few changes. All right, and once we've done that, we can kind of just rearrange this lettering to make it all be kind of centered and lined up here. All right, and that is already looking super cute, and this could be a good design that we just go ahead and download as is, but I think I might want to add something that just makes this a little bit more specifically dentist. So I'm going to go over to the elements on the left-hand side, and I'm just going to look up dentist and see what we can come up with. So the immediate thing that definitely I think of with dentist is going to be like teeth. So we could actually kind of replace some of these little elements like the snail and the butterfly, and we could just put some teeth there. All right, so I kind of just like this plain tooth right here. I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller and put it right where this snail is. And we can even change the color here if we want to do more of like a white. And then if we want to just add another one up here, we can do that as well. And maybe we want to even throw in something like a toothbrush. We can just add that right in. All right, and I might just make this a little bit bigger so it takes up more of the canvas here. Right, and then we are good to go. So I'm just going to look at what this would look like on a mock-up so we can get a better idea. And that is looking super cute. So all we're going to do is go over to the downloads, and then I'm going to make sure the size is at least 4500 pixels, and I'm going to remove the background and go ahead and download that. Now let's go on to our next niche. I think for our next niche, I want to do something like patriotic. That is a very big seller all over Etsy. So I'm going to look up something like USA and see if we can find anything that would work really well. And I think I might just say something really easy like freedom loving dentist. Now this one is really basic, but I think that we could just make a couple tweaks and this could be a design ready to go super fast. So I'm going to do freedom loving dentist right here. And then I think instead of this eagle, I might try to actually add like a tooth here, kind of like what we did for the last one, but just even bigger. I think just so you can see it more, I might actually do a tooth with like an outline on it. And then I'm going to change the color of these stars to be a blue. All right, and that is already looking good. I'm just going to go ahead and resize this here. And then we'll check out what that looks like on a mock-up, but that literally took less than seconds to change the text and add that graphic there. And that is super cute. All right, so let's just move on to our next one. Now, one of my favorite cross niches to do is cross a career with some kind of holiday. And one of the biggest ones besides Christmas is going to be Halloween. So I'm going to look up Halloween here and we are going to make a kind of spooky Halloween themed dentist shirt. They have so many Halloween templates here. So let's just see if we can find a good one. And I think I kind of like this pumpkin here. And I'm just going to say something like one spooky dentist. Keep it very simple. And like with the other one, the text is already formatted, so we don't really have to do anything there. I'm going to make dentist a little bit bigger here. Now we could leave this as is, or just like I've been doing, we could kind of swap some of these elements out for like teeth or toothbrush, something dentist themed. So let's just go with like an all black tooth here, and we'll change it to be the same brown color that this other stuff is as well, and take out those bats, and we'll put teeth there too. All right, and then I'm going to change it to be this same brown color as the little pumpkin legs and those details, just to make everything seem cohesive. So if your designs ever aren't seeming like they're working together, sometimes if you just make sure you're using all the same colors, it's automatically going to make them look a little bit better. All right, and I will just resize this to take up more of the canvas, and let's check that out and see if we're good to go. All right, that looks super cute and it's ready to download, and we really didn't have to do anything except change out most of that text. Now, very similarly, the next one we're going to do is for probably the most popular holiday you could cross with something, and that's Christmas. So let's look up Christmas here, and I think I might just do something simple like say Santa's favorite dentist. That could be nice and easy. Sometimes the longest part on Kindle is just looking through some of the templates and picking the perfect one. But if you find that there is a specific cross niche that does well, for example, if you made a sale on a dentist Christmas shirt, you might want to really make like 10 or 20 more different versions of that. So you could just do the exact same concept with a bunch of the different templates that Kindle has. All right, this Santa one is really cute, and I think we can just change it to say Santa's favorite dentist and almost be good to go. Let's change this to say Santa's. All right, so that is already looking super cute. Let's go ahead and look at the elements here and look up like a toothbrush. Let's just add kind of this outline here. I'm just going to change it to this red color we have going on. And then I think I'm going to send this behind the Santa face. So I'm going to just push backwards. That looks really cute. Let's go ahead and check it out. I really like how that turned out, and I just love just the subtle kind of toothbrush and toothpaste there. It doesn't scream dentist, but it would be perfect for a dentist. Now, another great niche that I've actually had a lot of success selling in, kind of crossed with different niches, is a little bit of a funny one, and that is just like the general niche of coffee or being a coffee lover. So I'm going to look up coffee and see if there's any like fun phrase that we can use to combine coffee and being a dentist. Right, there are so many here, so let's just take a look. All right, after looking for a second, I actually really like this one that says half coffee, half teacher. Now, that's another example of cross niching, and we're going to do something really similar, but just switch teacher to be dentist. I'm going to start by removing this kind of textured layer. I don't really like that. And then I'm just going to change this to say half dentist. and it's almost good to go, but I definitely want to remove these teacher elements, and we're going to put something else here. I think this tooth could work here. We'll do a couple of those, and it looks kind of off right now because it's this blue, but we're going to change it to have some better coordinating colors. So let's change this to that black outline, and then the tooth will change to white, and we'll just duplicate that on the other side and flip it around. That looks good. Let's once again look up toothbrush and see if we can add that. And sometimes this does feel like it gets a little bit repetitive, but you get kind of into the groove and you know it works well. So if you're already kind of in this like dentist mindset, you can really crank out a lot of these designs really fast. Let's add this little guy here, but we'll change these colors again to be coordinating. So let's see. This blue we definitely want to change to maybe be green or something. All right, that looks good. And let's see what it looks like on a mock-up. That definitely turned out really cute. So let's move on to our next niche, cross with dentists. Now, the next niche is going to be a really easy one, but it is super popular. And that is kind of that retro sunset look. So I'm just going to look up retro sunset. And this is just going to be kind of an image-based design. I'm probably not going to put any text on it. So let's see here. Actually, I really like this one, and I might just say something like dentist vibes with this kind of retro sunset look. So let's change this. All right, so I just simply changed this lettering to say dentist, and I think I might just keep the vibes only. That's kind of cute, dentist vibes only. And we'll just make this a little bit bigger, and then that's ready to go and download. So let's check out what it looks like. Super cute. And I say this over and over again. Things do not have to be complicated and fancy. You might feel like this is a shortcut or like you're cheating just using these kind of designs, but this is so cute and very sellable, and it literally took a few seconds to make that one change of the word. So we got a few more to get through, so let's just go back and start cranking through these next niches combined with dentists. Now, another niche that has been so popular this past year, you guys have probably seen it if you've been on Etsy or Amazon, and that is like the Western aesthetic. So I'm going to look up Western templates, and we are going to make like a Western, maybe cowboy, cowgirl themed dentist shirt. There are so many Western options here, and I thought I could do something fun, like even say like dentistry, it's the Wild West, something like that. And actually I feel like this one here could have the perfect text placement to say that. So let's change this to say dentistry. All right, and we will just resize this here. That's looking cute, but once again, we're just going to change out these elements here or add in some kind of cute dentist elements. So we'll try our trusty like tooth silhouette. This one is cute, and I'll change the color to this brown one that's in the image already, and then I'll flip this one here. Now that's looking cute, so let's just check it out on a mock-up, and this definitely would be a very fun gift for a dentist, especially if they're into this aesthetic. Now the next niche that is so popular, but it's very saturated if you don't try to cross it with something else, is kind of like the outdoorsy kind of camping, hiking niche. So let's look up hiking and see what we can find. All right, and I actually really like this one that says kind of conquer the world. And sometimes when I see templates, it gives me ideas of phrases that I could do that would work. So you could say even something like conquer the world one tooth at a time. So I'm gonna just change that to say this, or one cavity at a time. That might even be better. And I'm just gonna make this a little bit bigger so you can actually read it. That looks cute. And once again, let's add our trusty tooth in there. I'll make it kind of blend in with the mountains here. And we can kind of add a border to this to kind of match the same as those other ones. So let's add a border and then change it to be this white color here. That looks really cute and cohesive. So let's check out what it looks like on a shirt. Actually, so far, this is definitely one of my favorites. I feel like it's fun, it's unique, and a dentist would really like this, especially if they're into like hiking or the outdoors. Now, another great niche that you can cross things with or make designs for, especially in the summer, is going to be anything to do with pride. So I thought this is a very good one that we could cross with a lot of different professions, and that is going to do well. So I'm just going to look up pride, and there are so many different designs here. Let's see what we want to do. And see, this one had a similar idea with a proud nurse, and I think we could just make a few tweaks to just make this for a dentist instead. So first, let's just change the text like we've been doing. Right, that's already looking good, but obviously we want to take out like this stethoscope and remove this cap here, but we'll add in some specific like dentist stuff. So let's look up toothbrush. This one is cute here, but I feel like you actually can't see that as well. So let's just do more of a plain silhouette here, and we'll change it to be white or something that stands out. And then we'll do just a plain tooth at the top here, probably in that same color. Let's do this one, and let's add one more. Just put it right up here next to this other tooth. All right, that's looking super cute. Let's check out a mock-up. All right, awesome, and that is totally ready to download. I know a bunch of dentists would like this. Now, like I said at the beginning, designing good sellable designs does not have to take a lot of time, and in fact, you should work really hard to make sure it's not taking a ton of time, because that is going to be something that really slows down your growth. Now, not too long ago, I did a very similar concept, making 10 designs in around 10 minutes for the nursing niche. So if you want to see how I did those, you can check out this video next. And don't forget, if you've never signed up before, make sure you create a Kittl account down below. They are my go-to design suite, and I know so many of you have started using them and really love them. They have way more features than what I've showed you today, but if nothing else, if you just use their templates, that is going to make you your money back in no time. So check out their link down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.